That's not good. But finally, we're into our first match. There were some issues getting everybody into the game, but we're ready to go. Now, before I go any further, let's introduce Shawnee officially. How are you doing tonight this evening, man?
I'm very well, Toby. Very well. Kind of missed out on the whole casting last Sunday, but you had the wonderful Fallout alongside you, so it's great to be back. And of course, for week 2 of the GFL, I mean, we've got a lot to talk about, but I mean, we're about to get ready to start this off. So, who do we have for our first game, Toby?
You know, that's a very good question. I'm glad you asked, actually, Shawnee, because we have Barrage, of course, a team I'm pretty sure you're familiar with. We've seen them plenty of times on the GFL and my own personal stream, actually, as well. But this team, what is this team? Sonority. Probably like hard to pronounce at some point. I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong.
Can we just say
at
SR?
some point. SR might be easier to say. I'm going to allow that. But let's go over that team. You might recognize some of the gamer tags, folks. It is Team Inspire. They've found themselves an org into the second week of this league, so they're going to be looking very good with their fancy new gamer tag. So, starting off with looking east, let's check out what the strats are for these teams. We've got Barrage going in for the boom shot. Looks like their typical strategy: 2 boom, 2 frag grenades. Hopping on board with Snipes though. Let's see what he can do. He's picked up the sniper rifle, but Sam has got a kill on Cyrax's. Tommy is down, and it looks like Barrage already taking the numbers advantage here.
Absolutely, and immediately right off the bat, Barrage going in. Snipe's going to try and take on at the top here, and he gets the kill on Ronnie, so that's going to make it 4v3. He's going to go in and try and get another one, and he does in that process. His teammate is down, but he essentially just won a 2v1 and did a great job there, Toby.
Too right, he did. As we're on board with Snipes now, he's going to be looking to try and clutch this one up on the first round, but he's just received a back A from Dill. Don't think he even knew he was there, to be honest, Shawnee.
I didn't even know he was there. I didn't know where that came from. But Dill, like, hitting the mark right off the bat, and obviously for Barrage, that's the way they wanted to start right off the bat there. And obviously, as you mentioned, with SR, picking up an org some way through the league. That's obviously nice to have, of course. Yeah, I'd love to be able to have an organization pick me up through a competitive league, and let's hope it does them well, because obviously they'll want to get off to a good start under that organization.
For sure, best start for Barrage. In the meanwhile, while Inspire, aka Team Sonority, they've actually collected the boom shot now and the frag grenade, so they're potentially going to be in a good position to try and win this round out. Snipes, he's got the boom shot, looking for the boom shot across the frags. He is going to get that down on Dill, covering that to make sure if there does a if a revive comes in, he can collect that. But no, he's going to try and go for the second kill. I don't necessarily agree with that, but there's going to be a push anyway from Team Sonority. Let's follow that one up.
Wow,
Rain has chosen to come back.
Sorry to jump over you there, Toby, but Cyrax with a big kill. Nice kill by Adam near the boom shot area. He's going to try and juke back and right and have his teammate for support. He should be able to get in just like that at 3 versus 2, and it's all up to Rain, and well, now up to Cyrax on his own in 3 versus 1.
Come on, Cyrax, what can you pull out the bag now? Let's see this clutch up. He is going to be full rated though, and Dill is going to have his number. Crossing from that sniper. And Barrage Adam going wide. Barrage looking incredibly strong right now, and to be honest, this looks like a really big brick wall that Team Sonority has to try and break through.
Yeah, it's going to take some time. I mean, you know, it is potentially a 5-game series, best of 5, of course. There is a lot of time for Sonority to get back into this, to say the very least. But ideally, I imagine they do not want to start off with a 4-0 defeat, but they have it all to do here as we kick off round 3 with all the action going on.
Typical strats on this side as Team Sonority, they pick up the sniper rifle, not going for the boom shot this time. Smokes across the whole map as it's pretty much a Mexican standoff right now, this arch for this boom shot. Neither team really going for it. Apart from Sam, though, he's going to get the angle as Rain gets the angle on Adam. Snipes is going to have the shot in the back, but that's not going to connect as Ronnie comes in with a flank. It's all down to Rain.
Wow. And just like that, so Snipes tried to get a little crossfire, but he was completely caught out, as you mentioned, Toby, by Ronnie. And there is Sam with the down and the kill, and Barrage are absolutely rolling right now. Obviously, we'll talk about these teams a little bit at the end of this first game, but I think it's safe to say Barrage staking their claim, so to speak, here, because they're off to a fantastic start on this gridlock map.
To be honest, Shawnee, I think Sonority's best chances right now are collecting that boom shot. You saw Snipes, he collected that in the second round, I believe. But it was not able to to take the round from that, and Snipes didn't use the sniper rifle effectively, I'd argue, because he's the only one in that tower, so they have to go for the boom shot, in my opinion. It looks like they're doing just that.
Oh, they were going to try, but unfortunately Tommy is dead, and he's not back, because he unfortunately is down, as Adam, as you saw there, get the kill on the kill feed, but there's a big kill return there. Oh, what a snipe by Ronnie! Picks it up beautifully. Apologies, not snipers with the snub pistol, I should say, but either way, technically a snipe in that sense. He gets a kill, and Cyrax and Rain down and out, and Barrage with a sweep on the first map there. Brilliant stuff by them, and they're off and running.
Sweep is a good word to use, actually, because that was very, very quick, and I think that could have made up for the delay of the stream start. That was crazy. I mean, let's look at the kills. 5 kills, 6 kills for Sonority in that one, but they just didn't really seem to kick off at any point. It just looked like Barrage knew exactly what they were doing, taking it by the book, and outplaying them in pretty much every area. I mean, we saw some sparks from them. We saw a great kill by Cyrax at the end there, but you just saw Barrage closely behind with those kills and those finishes. So
yeah,
I mean,
sorry,
what do you think?
I mean, I mean, if we look at it in that scenario, I mean, Barrage, we know they are a very, very top team in EU. It's safe to say that they want it all to do, and it's safe to say that they're pretty vocal about it as well. Toby, do correct me if I'm wrong, but Barrage can talk a big game. There's no denying that, I feel. But it's all about waiting to see how they continue onwards here. This is the way they wanted to start the series, of course. But I mean, if you're SR, I mean, how do you approach game 2 here, Toby? I mean, already beaten quite convincingly, of course, on on Gridlock. We get ready to go into War Machine. What's the plan for them here?
Ooh, plans. I think they're going to need a plan of some kind, Shawnee. I'm not sure if I'm the man to give that, but just judging from that previous map, I mean, Barrage are going to be an incredibly difficult team to beat, and definitely the favourites, maybe even for a 3-0 victory here. But Inspire, they're a great team. Sonority, for those who are unaware, are great with the shotguns. I've really, really loved over the years how these individual players play with their shotguns, but saying that, you've got Barrage. They're also fantastic with the shotguns. Some of the best shotgunners Europe has ever had in Gears eSports, and it's going to be a difficult one. But they're gonna. I think the key to this, Shawnee, is to somehow maybe bring out a few trick strats, maybe mix things up a little in between each rounds. Try and be as unpredictable as possible for this Barrage team, because head to head in terms of a map like Gridlock, where you kind of see like shotgun battles of the Arch and the Snipe, Barrage really ran over them, for lack of a better phrase. So they really need to mix things up. Maybe play a bit more passively on that vending machine, opt for the Lancer and the pistol cross angles, and try and avoid those 1v1 situations.
I think it's safe to say the first round is going to set the standard for what we might expect from this game. If Barrage can carry on this momentum, and they take, of course, the first round, that would be the 5th consecutive round they've taken. And with the momentum they are carrying, you'd feel they could probably go on to take even more. But I feel that if SR can squeeze something here, then we might see something completely different. But, you know, these teams have their tactics. I'm sure they know how to best prepare for these different scenarios. And this is the time where we need to see some resiliency from SR, or we see the domination continue from Barrage.
Too right, Shawnee. And probably a point to mention, actually, at this point, folks, is in terms of the leaderboard and the standings, which I will show eventually on stream. Please bear with me on that, though.
It's fine.
We have time. The maps actually count towards score. Now, we have maps for and against listed next to the wins and losses. Of course, wins in the matches are more important, but teams will receive benefits, and you know, in terms of points and ranking, if they do have more maps than, say, an opponent who has exactly the same wins. So definitely, it's not all over, even if Sonority might consider that Barrage could win this.
And yeah, I mean, it's a great. I mean, we can get into it a little bit more when we do bring up the scores for sure, Toby. But we kick it off, obviously, here on War Machine with both teams picking up their grenades. Tommy going to throw those grenades straight into the middle there, not deciding to go up just yet. That's going to allow time for the enemy member of Barrage that he's up against to probably get up there. But at the moment, no kills to talk about just yet.
Tommy has pushed up to the strike area, so he's going to be forced into a 1v1 potentially if Kim, which I believe is Barrage Adam, goes into a shotgun battle. But meanwhile, down bomb and vending machine, Dill has picked up the 1B. Sam is going to fall though, so there's been a kill back and forth from a brain. He's actually going to get the 2-piece as well, so it's a 2v2. 3v1, excuse me, situation now, as Ronnie finds himself in all kinds of trouble at this vending machine area.
He's trying to roll around. He knew he was done, and this is the start we were talking about, Toby. This is what they needed. First round in the bag, I should say. We should mention that. I mean, look at the amount of kills that Tommy has. Only one, but 220 points. He did a fantastic job crossing, and then when he was attacked by Adam, he held his own in that 1v1 and won the kill up in the Troika area. This is a great start for them, and now they need to capitalize upon this.
Confidence will be building, Shawnee, and I just hope it continues. Snipes, you can see, let's jump aboard with him. He's going to be manning that window area, getting the first shot on Dill there. Keeping the pressure on board, I believe. Tommy, let's rock on with him. He's got the nades at the nades area, looking for those potential nades at the window, or excuse me, vending machine area. As nades are also traded, but we got a push, I think, from Barrage right up on the vending machine. They're looking for these 1v1s. Rain is holding his ground, and Bed's just going to be scrambling back to cover, I believe, as Rain also chooses to do so.
Absolutely. Tommy, in the meantime, going up to Troika in the 1v1, but the fight is on the middle, and a shot over cover by Dill. First blood on the mark for them, and they are off and running. This is what happened in the first round. Dill got the first kill, but then we saw retaliation from SR, and Tommy again wins his fight up top. Big win for him. He can now start crossing, but his teammates are in big trouble.
Rain has fallen, and it's going to be down to the Flame Grenadier, who I believe is Cyrax's, but he's going to fall. Tommy, he is left alone now in this Troika area, getting the good, amazing crossfire, actually, and the 1v1 win from him, but he's going to be in a 3v1 right now. Found himself in a 1v1 situation, actually, if he can try and get this in time, and he has, but sadly, Ronnie has come to Barrage's rescue.
Yeah, nice back aid we saw there from Tommy. Great effort by him, but what we saw there was Sam and Ronnie essentially go up on both sides of the stairs in the Troika area to cut him off at the pass, and it worked beautifully for them. But SR are much better. Remember, you mentioned 6 kills in the last game on Gridlock. They're 2 rounds in. They have already had 6 kills. It may only be from 2 members, but this is much better from them.
It's all tied up with Rain and Tommy leading the way, both on 3 kills. Looks like Sonority are fancying the chances as... No, excuse me, Rain is actually going to sit back this time, so he's not going to go straight up to that vending machine. Going to take it a little bit easier. Barrage Sam, though, he still fancies himself on this vending machine area. No nade's going to connect, but we've got a snipe pickup. What's going on down there? Let's find out. And it looks like Barrage Ronnie has already found him in a shotgun barrel with Cyrax's. This battle is going on forever right now, but Ronnie, he is going to come away with that win, as it's all down to Tommy, but sadly, he has fallen as well.
Cyrax tried to get the melee down with his Nasha, and unfortunately, because he was shot as he missed it, he was stunned, and that gave the time there for a win in that fight at the launch shot. But Barrage, I think, are finding their feet right now, Toby. That was a complete sweep from them, no deaths at all, and right now, SR have to turn it around big time, because Barrage is starting to build up a little snowball here.
I believe it was Barrage Sam with that first blood, winning his 1v in that middle area. But do correct me if I'm wrong, Shawnee, but it's definitely about this middle area right now. We've seen Tommy playing up top a lot. The snipe plays didn't come into fruition too much. And on board with Tommy right now, he's looking to be aggressive. Look at this, he's going straight in for the shotguns. No respect shown to Barrage Adam. Barrage Dale's got a kill. Looks like he's got 2 actually, but it's all down to Tommy. Can he win his 1v1 and help his team out? Yes, he can. He is really showing Barrage Adam how to play Troika right now. And it's definitely a 1v1. Most people wouldn't predict, Shawnee.
3 rounds that he has taken. He's going up against them. He's going to get tagged, of course. Numbers game's going to catch up to him. And every team in those situations should know how to finish it. And Barrage did it. Great point you made, though, Toby. Tommy is doing a fantastic job against Adam. Adam has yet to get off the mark in terms of kills yet, but still has more points than Rain, who has 3 kills, for example. So Adam's still contributing in terms of damage points. But Tommy is doing a really good job up there. And the question is, can the rest of his team step up? Because they're 1 round away from losing here.
Sure, I'm looking at Cyrax's with the 1 down, 0 kills. I mean, Sniper doesn't have that many positions, but Ronnie, he's got 3 kills right now, so that definitely suggests he's helping out his team more ways than simply the sniper rifle. Cyrax is losing the 1v on that note. Adam picking up the kill on Tommy. This is not looking good for Sonority right now. Snipes is trying to help out his team. That's not going to happen, though. It's all down to Rain.
Wow. And just like that, Toby, we thought they had a fantastic start into this war machine, did SR, but Barrage just picked themselves up and were like, nope, we're not going to have any of that. And didn't they just do so? They did a fantastic job. 4-1 on War Machine, and this is obviously the series isn't over yet, but I would imagine SR would like to take maybe 1 round in relation to the maps for and against that you mentioned earlier. So we should wait and see. The
experience of Barrage is really showing through right now. I think Sonority really like turned heads potentially in that first round, and Tommy, shout out to him for just blasting Combo, aka Adam, up that in 1v1 most rounds. But let's talk about that 1v1 for a second. Let's highlight that Adam actually, as you mentioned, Shawnee, had a lot of damage points. So that suggests to me, at least, we didn't get on his cam much for that map, but he must have been putting a lot of crossfire down on that vending machine, so perhaps he was contributing to that vending machine 1v1 more so than we'd originally thought.
That's a great point, because what that meant is that he would have been a bit later getting up to the Troika area, which might have meant that he'd lost those fights up top, but yeah, most likely due to the amount of damage points he had earned, he had definitely had a contributing factor in maybe the big powerhouses like Dill and Sam that we saw getting kills in the vendor machine area. So it kind of worked out very nicely for him. And something I do appreciate the most in Gears is that you don't always have to be the person who gets the kill as long as you can contribute to it. And in my opinion, Adam contributed a lot. And as we mentioned, he had a lot of points and not that many kills, which kind of showed you how much that he was contributing to that.
For sure, and we were discussing Barrage as being very difficult in those 1v1 situations, which I ate my words, of course, with Tommy. But, you know, these top teams in EU, and Barrage are definitely considered one of those folks, they do excel in other areas. Not only are they really good all-round shotgunners, but they're good at clutching, they're good with power weapons, they're good with the resourcefulness of those power weapons, the strats, and the crossfire, and the teamwork. Everything comes into play, and really, Barrage are just shining through right now. They're really showing that they can be dominant in any given situation against any team. So I can't remember exactly where they place in the league, but they're definitely at the top half, and that is the reasons why are showing in this matchup.
Wonderfully put, Toby. I mean, we're going to get ready to kick it off here on Execution on Clock Tower. The third game, potentially the final in this little matchup here, but we should wait and see. Who are we going on board with to kick this off here?
Let's give Barrage Adam some showmanship. Let's get him on cam. We didn't see him much on War Machine, but we did mention him for his support. 3 smokes all around, but look at Barrage Dill. He does not care. He's gone straight in for that kill, picked him up. Sam has fallen, but Dill, look at that. 2 kills for him. Nice trade. And Sam has already pushed down the sniper alley. Sean, help me out with that one.
There's not really much to say other than this is literally a show of brute force. And I think Barrage have the confidence to know that, as you mentioned, they can go straight in, take these fights, and go straight in and try and be aggressive. And they are doing that beautifully. As already demonstrated in that first round. We saw Dale make an audacious push, but do you know what? It paid off beautifully, didn't it? And now they're off to a flyer. And I don't think they're going to stop here. I think they're going to keep going on here as we kick off round 2.
Let's check out the Rampage and Dill this time round. He's playing back pillar, so will he go for another push? And it looks like he might be doing just that. He's actually going to weapon slide out as Sam gets a kill, but he's got some fight against him right now as that Grenadier pushes in. Snipes taking his head off. 3v2 situation now in the favor of Barrage.
Absolutely, it's going to be a 3v1 now, probably. It's 3-0, there you go, done. As Barrage are they're just motoring so much right now. Sam, 5 kills, but again, Adam, Toby, no kills, but almost the equivalent of 2 kills in terms of points. He is doing a fantastic job on that support role, and we'll have to keep bringing it back to it, because it is something that I think is appreciated when people really step up in that role. But here we go at round 3.
Support roles don't get the limelight and the reputation they deserve. But Adam, he's actually above Ronnie right now with those supports, so that pistol count damage is clearly coming into play. Saying that, he's already downed Rain. Dill is going to push straight away in for the next kill, downing Rain. There's going to be that man left on host spot. Cyrax is just trying to spray for his life right now. That's not going to help him though, as he falls all down to Snipes. He's got the kill, but only 1 for that round.
This is just ridiculous now. It's getting to, like, these rounds are 20 to 30 seconds long, if that. And what we're seeing right now are Barrage, who are just a well-oiled machine. They have it all synced up beautifully, and it just works out fantastically for them. Round 4, and at this point, you wouldn't put it past Barrage to just completely sweep this game. They're on an absolute flyer right now.
The behemoth of Barrage is too much for Sonority right now. I'd like to see them try a different strategy, but I don't think it's happening. Look at Barrage pushing all over. Every single member is on the other side. They're actually going to go 3 members down right now. Ronnie is down to him. He's not going to clutch that one, so maybe getting a little bit too cocky there,
too
Shawnee.
Ambitious, I feel. I think they were just wanting to... I think they were that confident that they thought, let's just Let's just try and take them all out and push at them. But a little too overzealous there. It's going to give them a round back for SR, but I think Barrage are going to go back to what has gotten them the last 3 rounds, and we shall wait and see. But not that convincing just yet.
A little bit of a fun round for Barrage. Will they change it up now that Sonority just said, no, you're going to play properly against us?
Oh
Looks like they are, as Rain's head is just taken off his neck. Cyrax is getting it down. He's getting revived straight away, though. Dill's going to fall, and we can see Sam with the down. Adam is going to be the aggressor this time, picking up a kill. Ronnie flying heads off people again and again. Snipes is all down to you, sir. But he's not going to be able to clutch that one.
And there you go. I think Barrage are setting a statement there, Toby. If there ever was one, they are here to play. And my goodness me, didn't they play fantastically? That was domination of the cruelest kind on Clock Tower, and that was more convincing than the Gridlock performance, in my opinion, because they were just so decisive. The snub pistoling was just on point, as we saw. There was a headshot about 10 seconds into that round we just had immediately. So, I mean, it's all there to show, and that was just domination, really.
Domination is... There's not many words you can